Hi, I'm Matt from SpeakPrac. I recently did the official IELTS exam and I scored a band 9 in speaking. When I got my score breakdown, I also got a band 9 for my grammar. So my grammatical range and accuracy is at a high level, and I want to help you get a high score too. Knowing grammar theory is one thing, but making it part of your actual spoken English is where the real improvement happens. So that's why this video, which is part of the Ultimate IELTS English Speaking course, is a lot more practical. This is not going to be a lecture, but a practical interactive session where you're going to have to speak out loud so you can practice and improve your English grammar. We want to turn theory into real, test-ready speaking skills. Remember, this video is just one piece of the full course, the Ultimate IELTS English Speaking course. You can check out all the lessons and other resources at speakprac.com/IELTS Speaking course. The SpeakPrac Cycle, your active feedback loop. The fastest way to improve your English grammar isn't by reading more grammar textbooks. It's by creating an active feedback loop. We call this the SpeakPrac Cycle. It looks like this. You speak, you analyze your speech, you find areas to improve, and then you immediately practice speaking again, incorporating what you learned. This cycle builds grammatical accuracy faster than any other method. Now you can try to do this using your phone's recorder app, but a generic voice recording app has lots of limits. So I personally recommend the SpeakPrac app because it comes with IELTS speaking feedback automatically built in. Let's walk through one full cycle using the SpeakPrac app. I'm going to give you a simple IELTS Part 1 style question. I want you to pause this video and answer it out loud for 15 to 30 seconds. If you have the SpeakPrac app, even better, record your answer using the speak button and press stop and save when you're done. Ready? Question: what do you usually do on the weekends? Okay, go ahead. I'll wait. Pause the video and be sure to come back so that you can figure out what you need to do next to improve your grammar. All right, welcome back. Now, let's say you gave an answer like this. On weekends, I like to relax. I watch movies. I meet my friends. Sometimes I go to a coffee shop. It is a good way to rest after a busy week. Now, this is an okay answer. It's clear and it does answer the question, but to get a higher band score, we need to add more grammatical range and complexity. That's what this pillar of the IELTS speaking marking criteria is all about. And so if you want to do that, this is where the feedback loop of the SpeakPrac cycle begins. Inside the SpeakPrac app, after you finish speaking, you get instant feedback. Let's walk through the SpeakPrac cycle, which acts as your active feedback loop. Step 1, self-diagnose with the original transcript. First, look at your original transcript. Listen back to your own voice. You might hear things you didn't notice while speaking. Perhaps you used very simple grammar or you made a number of grammar mistakes. In our example, all the sentences that I used are simple. I said, I watch movies. I meet my friends. This is a key area for improvement. Step 2, get inspiration from the improved transcript. Next, swipe over to the improved transcript. This isn't just about finding mistakes. It's about getting inspiration. The SpeakPrac app might suggest something like this.
On weekends, I'm all about relaxing. I usually catch up on some movies or meet up with friends. Yeah, hanging out at a cafe for a coffee and a chat is a real highlight. Sometimes we just kick back and chill for a few hours.
Can you see the difference between the improved version of the answer and the original answer? In the improved version, ideas are connected much better using connector words. There's much more grammatical range and complexity. This is exactly what examiners mean by grammatical range. You're not just listing ideas, you're linking them. Step 3. Use the quick tips to find your priority. Don't get overwhelmed trying to fix every single grammar mistake at once. Go to the quick tips section and look at the grammar suggestion. The app is designed to pinpoint one high priority issue. And here's one issue that we can focus on to improve my grammar. So make sure to do all of this to get better grammar feedback on your speeches. This is your mission. Active practice, closing the loop. You've now found a new grammar structure, a specific tool to add to your toolbox. The absolute worst thing you can do now is to just nod and move on. The key, my friends, is to close the feedback loop of the SpeakPrac cycle. You need to make that new structure yours by speaking it and immediately practicing the grammar that you've learned. This is where the Speak button in the app on the bottom menu becomes your best friend. Let's say, as an example, your quick tip was about using the word although. Your task is simple. You hit that speak button and just freestyle. Talk about your day, your city, your job, anything. But your only goal is to use the new grammar word and connecting word, although, and use it once or twice. You can use it like this. Today was a pretty good day. I had a lot of work to do, although I managed to finish it all before 5 p.m. I'm thinking of getting pizza for dinner, although I should probably eat something healthier. I have gained a bit of weight in the past few months. And that's it. It doesn't have to be a perfect speech. You're just taking that new grammar rule for a test drive. You do this a few times and that grammar structure moves from a rule you know in your head to a tool you can use without thinking. Because with the right tools and the right method, I truly believe that anyone can speak English. The key is the SpeakPrac Cycle, which acts as your feedback loop for spoken grammar success. Speak, analyze, improve, and then immediately speak again to practice the grammar that you learned. Systematic improvement with Anki Flashcards. The SpeakPrac Cycle is incredible for improving based on your own speech. But what if you want to systematically learn all the essential grammar rules for IELTS from the ground up? That's where our second tool comes in, our digital grammar flashcards for Anki. If you don't know, Anki is a powerful free app that uses a science-based algorithm called spaced repetition to help you memorize things efficiently. You can make your own Anki flashcards for free, but if you want to speed things up, then consider this. We created a comprehensive grammar bundle designed specifically for IELTS students. It's called the IELTS English Grammar Flashcards Bundle, and it's broken down into 3 decks based on your target band score. First, there's the IELTS Essential Grammar Flashcards, bands 1 to 3 deck. This is perfect if you're just starting or if you want to revise some of the foundational grammar rules that you may have forgotten. This deck will help you build your foundation, focusing on core sentence structures, tenses, and subject-verb agreement, among others. Next is the IELTS Intermediate Grammar Flashcards for bands 4 to 6. Now this deck is all about moving beyond simple structures. It teaches you how to use connecting words, conditionals, and different clauses to build those high-scoring, complex sentences that we talked about. You need to know how to use these so you can boost your IELTS speaking score in terms of the grammatical range and accuracy score. And finally, we have the IELTS Advanced Grammar Flashcards, bands 7 to 9. This is for students aiming for the top bands. It helps you master sophisticated structures, refine your accuracy, and use nuanced grammar for precise communication. Now here's the best part of all of this. You can integrate these Anki flashcards directly into your SpeakPrac cycle. The flashcards contribute to your active feedback loop where you speak, analyze, improve. This is what I mean. When you learn a new rule from an Anki flashcard, don't just memorize it. Open the SpeakPrac app, hit the speak button, and use that rule in a real spoken sentence or story. That's how you truly master it. And of course, you don't have to use Anki or our flashcards if you don't want to. It's just an option that I highly recommend because I use Anki daily myself to learn languages. Instead, you can also use a comprehensive English grammar textbook. And I know that there are also some people who just prefer learning grammar through simply immersing themselves in more English content like reading books or watching shows, and that's totally fine. Whichever way you learn new grammar, I just want to emphasize that you can practice it by opening the SpeakPrac app, hitting the speak button, and using that grammar rule in spoken sentences. Then you can get instant feedback. So there you have it, my friends. 2 powerful, practical ways to actively improve your grammar for the IELTS speaking test. 1. Use the SpeakPrac app and take advantage of the SpeakPrac Cycle. This acts as your active feedback loop. Record yourself, use the original and improved transcripts to identify areas for growth, check out the quick tips, and immediately practice those new structures by speaking them out loud. 2. Systematically build your knowledge with our IELTS Grammar Flashcards bundle for Anki, targeting the specific level you need to reach your goal. If you found this video helpful, there's more waiting for you at speakprac.com/IELTS speaking course. There you'll find everything you need, including all the videos from the Ultimate IELTS English Speaking course. I've got resources and everything's for free. The most important takeaway from this workshop is that you need to stop being a passive learner. Grammar improves when you use it in an active feedback loop. You now have the mindset and the tools to systematically improve your grammar. But I hear this common question all the time. Matt, this is great, but who can I practice with? I don't have a tutor or a native English speaking partner. But what if I told you that you can achieve a band 7, 8, or even 9 IELTS speaking score largely on your own? In our next video, I'm going to share with you a complete strategy and tips for how you can improve your IELTS speaking by yourself. No partner required. Check out that video now.